So hi friends and my brothers, welcome back to a new video of our this daily learning channel. Today I am going to explain your topic about our book History and Civics of Class 10 ICSE board. In this History and Civics today the topic will be Renaissance. As you know, it's a very major change in our history and civics. What is Renaissance? Why does it cause and what are the main effects that we felt about it? Today I am going to explain you step by step about how you can learn this easily. It's a vast chapter, but yes, it has some tips and tricks so that you can learn it very easily. So the first thing we're going to start with Renaissance. So many of you guys don't know, I think, that what is Renaissance. What is the meaning of this word Renaissance? Renaissance means that you suppose, just giving an example, the word Renaissance, it means that revolution. The word Renaissance means revolution. We are changing, means we are developing from an old century to a new century, a new era. This is what Renaissance means. See, Renaissance, this is the spelling, Renaissance. So when we were in our late 1800th century, 1800th century, then this slowly started taking place. Renaissance, that when Britishers by mistakenly find out India in place of America, India in place of America, they at first thought that India is actually America. So they had established their many business telecoms and many other fundamental things. Later they came to know that actually they have find a wrong land. This is not America. This is our India. Then if they have already established their telecom companies and many other things, then they came to know that this is not India, that's America. So even after all these things, they fought smartly and they didn't thought to take back. They have noticed one simple thing, that India is a very illiterate country at that time. All of the people were nonchalant. They didn't know means how much developed or non-developed this country is. So they slowly started over capturing ourselves. They slowly started to dominate ourselves. They slowly started to take control over the government. On that time there was no rule of government, there was rule of king, and the rule where the kings and queens are so much illiterate. They just think that they can solve all matter with fighting, but they were very smart. They have just used their brain. What have they done? They have discovered many policies, and the main culprit of this victim is Lord Dalhousie. This was a guy who is so much intelligent that had alone defeated the whole India. For me, he is the main victim, main culprit. Lord Dalhousie was the guy who created different kind of laws and bodies. You know what he created? He created that if any king or queen does not have their own son, own heritage, if they adopt any own other heritage, they will not be given their own kingdom. That will become under this Lord Dalhousie. The main thing is that the king was so stupid that they just accepted the laws, the agreement without reading. They should know what this means. This Lord Dalhousie created a rule that is known as policy of expansion. The policy of expansion means, let me write here, policy of expansion. This policy of expansion means that if any king or queen does not have their own heritage, means their own son or daughter, then their kingdom will be transferred to the Britishers. Such a stupid rule this was made by the Lord Dalhousie. Not only this, he have done many other bad things that means I guys can't explain you, but I will give you some simple reasons, the main basic which are given in our book, so that you can score good marks in exam. सो यहाँ पर हुआ क्या था गाइस, लॉर्ड डलहौजी एक ऐसे मतलब रूलर थे, जनरल थे, ब्रिटिश आर्मी के जनरल, जिन्होंने पॉलिसी ऑफ एक्सपेंशन बनाया था. इस पॉलिसी ऑफ एक्सपेंशन के तहत दरअसल हुआ यह था कि कोई भी राजा या फिर रानी अगर जिनके पास खुद का बेटा या फिर बेटी नहीं होगा, खुद का संतान नहीं होगा, तो उन लोगों का जो किंगडम था वो चला जाएगा ब्रिटिश के पास. इफ मतलब अगर उन लोगों ने अडॉप्ट कर लिया तो उस अडॉप्ट की वजह से उनको कुछ नहीं मिलेगा. ये पर बेस्ट एग्जांपल है रानी झांसी बाई. रानी झांसी बाई का अपना खुद का कोई भी बेटा नहीं था, सो उन्होंने अडॉप्ट किया था. तो हुआ क्या था, ब्रिटिशर्स ने यहाँ पर जबरदस्ती उनको फोर्स करके असैसिनेट करके उनका जो आपका किंगडम था वो अपना नाम कर लिया. रानी लक्ष्मीबाई बीइंग अ गर्ल, शी वाज सो थॉटफुल, सी वाज स्मार्ट, सो tough bravery that she fought until the last breath and she didn't give up despite our other Indian rulers like Shah Jahan and every other thing. They have easily gave up. They just agreed all the expansion and policy of Lord Dalhousie and the Britishers. And the second most important and yes, first thing I want to tell, the Britishers have not done everything bad. They have done something good. Those are very much important, and those things just took our India into the ranking list. What Lord Dalhousie, this guy had that one good thing that ये जो बंदा था इसने काफी अच्छा काम किया था और वह कि इसने सती प्रथा सती प्रथा का मतलब क्या होता है गाइस जब भी कोई हस्बैंड मर जाएगा तो फिर उनके साथ जो वाइफ होगी उनकी जो कि काफी कम एज में हुआ करती थी उनको भी जिंदा जला दिया जाता था सो दिस वाज द फर्स्ट थिंग दैट ही स्टॉप दैट इज सती प्रथा and the other second important thing that is he did actually also a very good thing that earlier that time little girls didn't have the right to study and fight for themselves he did Dori Vivaha. Now Dori Vivaha means that on that period small girls were getting married on a very early age such as 11 12 nowadays girls are being so nonchalant and on that time they have been getting married to elderly men those are 40 years 30 years being 11 12 so he literally stopped both of these and also the other thing that the Renaissance failed for our Indians and also for the Britishers is that they did one bad thing means the wrong move that they took that they left that their hand got split out of India is that they did church they make a lot of church in our India they actually tried to expand their religion in India Indians were very calm until all this is happening. The policy of expansion, policy of dominion, Sati Pratha, Dori Vivaha, everything is going on until it came on the religion. India is from a very early stage is very sensible on the topic of religion. जब भी बात धर्म पे आती है इंडिया काफ़ी पहले से ही इस टॉपिक को लेके काफ़ी सेंसिटिव है इंडिया जब इतना सब कुछ हो जाने के बाद भी इंडिया शांत था सब लोग उनके गुलाम बने जा रहे थे जब टॉपिक चर्च की तरफ जा रहा था मतलब रिलीजन जब बात रिलीजन को लेके आई फिर इंडिया ने सारे मुस्लिम हिंदू एकजुट होके इन लोगों का सामना किया yes they were expanding the church too many Christian religion they were just expanding the Christian religion and they were forcefully telling all the people all the small kids to study Christian and also for them only we got to learn English yes they came and they just expanded the language English they did actually many things good for us but maximum main thing Indians got harmed and Indians were the only not the first priority for them also the other thing that I am going to tell is Indians were so full that time I just don't want to laugh at them but yes you guys also will laugh Indians were so full at the time when the Britishers created railways on which the train the passenger capabilities the load carriers will move they thought that Britishers have created a new trap on which they will hang them and they will give them punishment they literally thought that the railways are the place where the Indians will sleep and the train will go over them they thought this was a thing and that gave them so much fear that's why they revolted against the Britishers they thought that they are going to get punished by the Britishers they will sleep on the track and the train will go above them they also and the other thing this is the first point okay the second point is when the Britishers thought Britishers actually make electricity pole on that period this was the kind of electricity pole used to look like and the wires just go like this from one pole to the other pole what the main thing is that this is the grass okay and this is the track now what the Indian people thought that the Britishers created this thing to actually give punishment and hang the Indians they actually thought that the Indians will get hanged on this platform but actually these are made for the communication so they communicate very fast and they can give punishment and they can keep control over the whole India in a very dominant way so that nothing matter goes out of their hand nothing slips they're actually building this thing but the Indians are getting different mindset they are thinking this thing different because this was the latest technology on that time and Indians are thinking what is this shit How can be this possible? They are doing this much roughly. They thought that on every rope some Indians will get hanged, and this thing shook their inner peace. And this is the reason, main reason, that India revolted against the Renaissance, and the Renaissance became late for the 2000s. If not Indians interfered in this matter, then I think that India would be a very developed country in 1800 to 1900. But also it could be a slave country till. So in both way, if you see, we are good, we are profitable in this way only, because India will develop slowly under own freedom. We should not develop any freedom into someone's servant. Okay, so I think that this is the complete best explanation of Renaissance still ever present on YouTube. So if you guys like this video, don't forget to give a heart and drop a comment on this video, and please subscribe the channel so that I can make this kind of interesting topic for you every day and get a lot of views. Okay, so yeah, if you guys want my number on want some personal वन ऑन कोचिंग, अगर आप सामने सामने वन ऑन लाइव पढ़ना चाहते हो, फिर कोई डाउट है आपका कि क्वेश्चन समझ नहीं आ रहा सर ये वो, आप कमेंट कर सकते हो, और नीचे मैं जो नंबर दूंगा उस पर आप कांटेक्ट करके काफ़ी मिनिमल फीस पे आप मेरे से कांटेक्ट करके लाइव कोचिंग पढ़ सकते हो. सो इफ यू एंजॉय द वीडियो, गिव अ लाइक. इट्स इनफ फॉर टुडे. बाय बाय गाइस, सीइंग ऑन द नेक्स्ट वीडियो.